Looks like I arrived too late. I should do a little cleanup. Yoshie, manager arriving. Are we gonna get scolded at? Huh, Miss Yoshie, what are you doing here? My work ended just now and I was passing by. I saw the lights were on despite the hour. Well, Dave was actually proactive and started cleaning. Bancho seems to have gone home already. He looked a bit tired recently. I'm worried he might fall ill. Hehe, even so, I'm glad to see him working so hard again like this. I guess we can finally hire a new cook. Oh, come to think of it, I heard he once gave up on cooking because of a certain incident. Yes, back then I thought he was gone for good. I wonder what it was about. Hehe, well, it's nothing that secretive. I simply avoided mentioning it with him present, just in case it's still a sore spot for Bancho. I'm thirsty. Can you first give me a glass of beer? 100%. Pour so that about 20% is foam. Good. I want to keep pouring. Sigh. Not so refreshing as a glass of beer after work. I have to agree. It's especially nice to have a view of the sea at night like this as I drink. I'll tell you now a bit about Bancho and why he quit cooking for a while. It was 12 years ago. This is the Dugong Hotel. I worked here 12 years ago. It's a 5-star hotel with both tradition and a long history. It looks a bit old, yes, but at the time the quality of the food and service had been newly improved. Yoshie, do you have a moment? Said the manager. What is it, manager? Well, a troublesome customer left a reservation. A troublesome customer? Do you know the actress Lois Crawford? She made a reservation at our hotel. Oh, then we get dialogue. She was a leading actress with a long career. Her role as a spy in one of her most famous works, The 42nd Floor, was extremely impressive. She appears to have hit a slight slump as her new movies haven't been doing very well. The manager had spent his entire life at the hotel. It was like he was a living embodiment of its history. He had a lot of knowledge about the etiquette used by the upper class of each country, and he was very used to servicing those of high rank. Many VIPs sought his services. More about Dugong Hotel. Our Dugong Hotel is a luxury hotel with many years of history and tradition. In the past, we had nobles staying in our accommodations, and many notable films were shot here. Many people seeking that sort of old-era nostalgia used our services, and we had very high standards for the services we provided. I have heard that Lois Crawford can be very picky, but we are a very high-quality hotel with history and tradition on our side. I don't think there will be any issue if she comes. So there it is. Nobody can beat the level of services and staff at this hotel. We have won many prizes as well. Just one thing. You haven't heard the rumors about her, have you? The rumor? Take a look at this. She's famous not only as a chef, but a gourmet. That's a blurb she published in a travel magazine recently. It appears to be a description of her travels. But it's just her passion on the hotel she stayed at. Gloria hotels are the best of the best, and yet she wrote such a scathing review. Bringing out the bad does make a person look more professional. Her writing is mostly like this. What do you suggest we do, Yoshie? Decline reservation? Okay, do we get to influence the outcome of the Bancho'S story? I doubt. We're gonna accept. I suppose we can't refuse the reservation, if only for the hotel's reputation's sake. In that case, we'll have to think about how we'll serve her. We will take the reservation, but we also need to think of ways to satisfy her. I suppose you're right. Do you have any ideas, Yoshie? Our hotel's strengths are our long history and tradition, as well as our high quality service. The way we can satisfy her will involve making good use of these things. Did she reserve a suite? Yes, it's a suite. We will need clean rooms and services that match her tastes. We will treat her as a VIP. I'll look into the drinks and amenities she prefers and place them as I also check on the state of the rooms and about who will receive her. I suppose I'll have to do that. Thank you. There's no one that can handle such a tricky customer except you with your long experience with many VIPs. I'm more tense than usual. And about the meals, we can offer her the buffet for breakfast, but we'll also need to ready a dinner course. Wait, which country is this restaurant in? And why are we serving Italian or French if it's a traditional hotel in Dugong, which I take is not in Italy or French? Please do local cuisine. I at least personally prefer it always. We'll go with the Italian. Our hotel provides Italian food like a bistro, and in a la carte style, we serve pasta or pizza with a simple wine. The chef learned to cook in Naples, and his margherita pizza was good, but it didn't really go well with the dinner course. Okay. Japanese, yeah. There's the more, I think I would place the hotel closer to Japan. Dugong Hotel's Japanese food was never been its strong suit. We only served udon or simple donburi, okay? We have been making exponential progress, however, after we hired Bancho. We have grown quite dramatically. Bancho is famous for his ability to reinterpret the use of ingredients. And his food was recently featured in an overseas magazine. He might be our dark horse. That means Japanese is likely to be our best choice. Bancho hasn't really proven himself yet. Do you think it will be alright? Bancho's skill is indisputable. However, one great drawback is that he doesn't consider the preferences of his customers. His sole focus is letting people try new flavors. That is what drives his creativity, of course, but this time it won't really serve us. We are dealing with the infamous Lois Crawford after all. I see, that's a good point. However, I think the best we can do right now is try and persuade Bancho. I agree. Best of luck, Yoshie. And then we move to the kitchen. Young Bancho here. Bancho, are you here? Miss Yoshie, what are you doing here? Oh, you're here, that's good. I've come to check on the status of the manager's request. Look all you want, it's just an ordinary Japanese food kitchen. Bancho was a peculiar man. He suddenly appeared one day, handing us a resume and explaining he'd been learning in Japan. All the sushi establishments listed in the resume were top tier, but Bancho never stayed in one place for long. He told me that he moved on each time after learning enough. The manager had a long talk with him and then left the operation of the Japanese food team to him. He could always be found in the kitchen, busy with something. Day in and day out, he researched food on his own when there were no customers. He hated to be interrupted. Were you practicing? Well, yes. Training means thousands and tens of thousands of attempts. Practice without rest is the only way to produce meaningful results. I see. I heard that you never skip research and practice, Bancho. It relieves me to see you so hard at work. What do you mean? You're relieved? Bancho, would you be willing to try servicing a VIP? A VIP? That's right, we have an important guest who will increase our reputation, or rather who might send it plummeting to the ground. Her name is Lois Crawford. She's an actress that's infamously hard to please and also a gourmet reviewer. It's been about a year since you joined the Dugong Hotel. Our Japanese food team, which was never very strong, received much attention in a short span of time. And we can't deny that your contribution to this was great. However, this means we also get customers who want special treatment. So you mean to say that I should try and please this picky woman, Lois Crawford? Yes, this is important as Dugong's hotel reputation lies in the balance. What do you say? For me, cooking has always been a battle with myself, not with others. Making perfect food has always been my goal, and that won't change no matter who I cook for. I simply use the best ingredients available in the current season and the most suitable recipe. Will that be okay with you? Alright, we'll leave the individual dishes in your hands, Bancho. However, I would like to offer input on the method of servicing our guests. Alright, you're the expert, Miss Yoshie, when it comes to servicing food. Let's do sushi course. Sushi course offers various kinds of sushi in a certain order, with a few side dishes interspersed in between. It allows us to use sushi to allow customers to try many types of fish. What do you think of the sushi course? It's also your specialty. I'm very familiar with the method, however, don't you think it will be too ordinary? If we choose to go with this, we'll likely use tuna fish, pike eel sushi, or olive flounder sushi as the main dish. Olive flounder being in season right now. That won't be very impressive, however. Alright, since it's to be a dinner, I think a course would be better than a single dish. That means it will probably be better to employ a Western course format instead. And though it will be a bit different from the traditional method, I think I could add soup. An hors d'oeuvre, sashimi, side dishes, sushi, tempura, and dessert to the course. What do you think? Not bad. So what will you make for each dish? There's the soup to begin with. A few minutes later. Yes, I think that will be fine up to the sushi. Tempura is next. I suppose shrimp would be the most logical choice. It's difficult to create any impact with shrimp. We have kept everything pretty normal so far, so this is where we add a little spice. I've been researching this very topic. How does something like this sound? This what? You must have... I guess we're gonna get surprised. You must have a good idea. Let's hear it. Shark! Wait, shark, shrimp? No, okay, you ignore the shrimp and you do the shark tempura. I'm thinking of a fish that uses a shark head. Or dish. What? A shark? Can sharks be eaten? Sharks are very tasty fish. This is the time of the year when they grow fat, boosting the flavor. The meat in the cheeks in particular has a lovely chewy texture, which reminds you of both ordinary meat and fish. But shark is too exotic of an ingredient. Couldn't we use something a little more widely consumed? Especially considering this is Lois Crawford. Good food will impress anyone. Anyone who takes a bite will recognize the food for what it is. That it is the best possible food that can be found around here in the current season. I'll give it some thought. I'm not sure if it will be okay. Thinking. More thinking. I can't help but think it's not that great of an idea, Bunch. If you serve that dish and things go sideways, the consequences won't affect you alone. Both the manager and I will also take part of the blame. After all, she's coming to the Dugong Hotel, not a restaurant operated by you. A hotel must seek to provide the most restful and enjoyable experience to its guests. Nothing can be allowed to mar that experience, as the hotel will stand to lose by it. But there's no guarantee she will hate it. She will know from taking just a bite that it's one of the greatest foods. There's always an exception to the rule. She's an extremely picky person after all. What a pity, I understand. I'll go with shrimp tempura then, though it can't compare to shark. Our guest will arrive now. This way, Miss Crawford. Thank you. This is the chef who will be preparing your food today, Bancho. He's younger than I expected. I was hoping for a slightly more experienced chef. That's a way to start. Oh my, tight-lipped are we? Perhaps my looks leave you at a loss for words, eh? Ha 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 ha. He seems a little tense. He's still quite a skilled chef, I assure you. I'll be looking forward to the food then. I remember the service here being quite alright for an old hotel. What does the hotel's age impact the service? But okay. I like the carpet and the paintings on the walls as well. Furnishing at Gloria Hotel have a kitsch quality to them that I don't like. But to think there is no gym, that's a bit of a shocker. It's an old hotel, I guess that makes sense. I need to exercise daily to maintain my figure. It was our intention that your stay be as restful as possible. Everyone has their preferred way of resting. Well, the painting facilities were good, so I'll content myself with them. So what's for dinner? A Japanese course meal. Here's the course menu. So we can steamed snapper and yam soup, steamed egg, pickled olive oil flounder fins. That was in season. But we were talking about the soup. This is a steamed dish composed of grilled snapper and roe, which was then steamed, garnished with ground yam. The soup features the rich flavor of fish. Is that a Japanese soup? Got a bland flavor coupled with a spicy scent. Quite interesting. That is the flavor of the sashimi. There is a tiny bit of flavoring provided by a condiment made from 7 different spices. And the next dish is drum roll. So the tempura and dessert are left. Okay, we skipped most of the courses. Okay, well, I guess it speeds up this flashback here. What's the tempura? Don't tell me it's shrimp. Sort that's commonly served with rice. Sigh. The desserts, no doubt the usual fruit. I suppose I've tasted basically everything. It's hard to decipher her reaction. Have we succeeded? How do you like it? Are you happy with our Japanese food? Well, it's about as good as I expect it to be, I suppose. I suppose I could come here to eat every now and then, but why bother coming to a hotel to eat food that's quite average? Aha, even so, I'm sure our food is better than that of most other restaurants. The snapper soup or something was pretty interesting, but that's it. It was just a fishy soup with a spicy aftertaste. To think you added sticky yam on top. Ugh, I didn't really like the texture. Oh dear. It seems Japanese food isn't all that to your liking. Ignorant of the facts. Of that fact, we served you Japanese. My mistake, please accept my apologies. Whatever. It wasn't that good, but it was healthy at least. This hotel doesn't even have a gym, so I suppose the food should be healthy. At the very least. May I have a word with you? Bancho, don't do it. Allow me to introduce myself again. I'm the master chef who works here, Bancho. I'm not much of a speaker, so I've been listening quietly. I find it impossible to maintain my silence now, however. Oh my, do you have something to tell me? Apparently you're supposed to have better food than anywhere else, right? No, Bancho. Miss Lois here is just... It is most definitely my fault for failing to provide food that satisfies you. Bancho is just cleaning up the knife. Not looking intimidating at all. Will you not give me a chance to make up for my mistake? What? Oh, well, gosh, I'm a very busy woman. What you witnessed today aren't my real skills. I'll serve you food that can objectively be called good. Bancho, you can't be talking about... so you're saying you have something else you think will satisfy me. Alright, I'll wait, but remember my time is valuable. Your food better be amazing. Bancho, you can't be thinking of... What is it, Miss Yoshie? Is there something I'm missing? Is it all done? That was quick. Our Bancho'S speciality, fried shark head. Or the whole roasted shark head. Oh my god. This is... You fried the whole head? It's an amazing dish. The meat in the cheeks hasn't been cut out. I chose to fry the head whole to preserve the subtle texture. You will never taste something like this anywhere else. It's high quality dish made using the best possible ingredient. Get that out of my sight. How can you call this food? What are you saying? Take just a bite. I guarantee you will be transported to heaven. I'm not happy about this. Is this what service is like at the Dugong Hotel? It's all my fault. I'll apologize. Now, Bancho, Yoshie, you apologize as well. I'm sorry, Miss Lois. I should have been more vigilant. Looks are not all there is to food. Why do you refuse to even try it, Miss Lois? Bancho, now isn't the time to... I find this highly unpleasant. Is this some kind of hidden camera prank or a punishment? You will pay for treating me this way. Don't think I'll just let you get away with it. I'm leaving. Cancel my suite. Charge me a cancellation fee if you wish. I don't care. Okay. It was dramatic. After that, Bancho quit his job at the hotel and left, saying he needed to train. It's my belief it wasn't so much the cooking itself as the ingredients and cooking methods that he researched. I see. Still, I admire him a little for not giving up on the belief that he's going on the right path. I suppose it was this stubborn side of him that allowed him to attain his current level of skill. Working with you now, he even started social media. I feel something has changed about him and I like it. I think you're good for him. Please continue to get along. I'll do my best to help Bancho focus on his cooking.